Jhaape and we came on a very long walk. Otherwise, for the past few days, I just mainly been home scrolling on my phone endlessly. I was like going to bed around like 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. and then next day I'm logging into work. There was a lot of turmoil going back home as in Kathmandu, Nepal. Majority of my family members, my friends, they're still back home. It was extremely difficult. Being far away with family in general, it's tough. But this time around, watching things play out on social media and you not being able to do anything, feeling helpless, and just waiting to see what happens next, it was very, very difficult. It's almost gonna be a week now. It's Sunday today. It's September 14. So on September 8th, on Monday, there was a big protest held by the Nepali youth, by Gen Z, demanding for end of corruption, transparency, and for a better future. There were kids in uniform protesting. And what started off as a peaceful protest, the previous Nepali government turned it around. And sadly, when the open fire happened, kids got killed. We saw clips circulating where kids got targeted in their head or chest. And there are clips where someone is just clapping and they just get shot. Everyone, rightfully so, everyone was pissed. It lit the fire that could not be extinguished. So on Tuesday, not just the youth, people my age or older, they started protesting as well. Because seeing someone get killed when they were not doing anything, they were just clapping in school uniform, that's a hard thing to digest. Whatever news outlets were reporting on it, they were reporting it as if people were protesting against social media ban. That did cause a trigger, but that was not the reason. People were marching to stop corruption, requesting for transparency and better future. So on Monday, social media ban was still in place. So I was talking with my parents through FaceTime. They didn't have access to Instagram or YouTube. So I was actually, not just me, my sisters and I were conveying to my parents what's happening in Nepal. Because a lot of people, youth mainly, they were using VPN to connect to YouTube, Instagram, and they were posting it real time. And that's how we had access to what's happening. On Tuesday, before the government collapsed, they did lift the ban. And after the government collapsed, all the unrest that followed after that, it was group of people, opportunistic people who took advantage of the movement. They took advantage of this vulnerable period where we don't have a government to create unrest. They had their own agenda and they just hijacked it. These group of people were burning the Supreme Court, Singha Darbar, Parliament, department stores, which was not needed. The government had collapsed. The people won. Again, there's so many conspiracy theories about who created the unrest, and at the end, people of Nepal is the one who suffer. We are not a rich country. It's gonna take a while for us to recover from all the destruction. A lot of the people who used to work in this location, they don't have work anymore. Unemployment is gonna increase too, and all of these buildings that got burned, those are necessary buildings. These places, there were data, there were documents, they were case documents, places where you process your citizenship or you apply for your visa. Everything is there. And none of this was necessary. And people who led the protest condemned all the destruction that was happening. Tuesday was really, really scary. The second day, it just felt like the unrest will never stop. It felt like my city will burn into pieces. Everything that was happening and then going about my day here just felt unreal. Like I'm logging into work, I'm getting coffee, or I'm in the park, in Central Park, and there's a different reality going back home, and my heart and my head is there, but then I'm just going about my day here. Felt very helpless during that time frame. I actually wanted to do a video last week talking about how I feel guilty moving far away from home. That guilt was quadrupled last week, and just talk about my immigrant experience here, because there's so much hate right now going on against immigrants as well. I think on Wednesday is when the army intervened. I think it was Wednesday. I might have gotten my timeline a little bit incorrect. Once army took over, that's when everything settled down. Like how outside of Nepal, when you hear army taking over, it sounds negative. That's not the case back in Nepal. They were there just to make sure things don't go out of hand. It's not like they're ruling the country. That's not the case. After things got a little bit better, it was nice to see people coming together. There were videos of people cleaning the streets, buildings, reporting on people who took part in destruction. The interim government has been formed now. We elected our first female prime minister. So this interim government, I believe, will be there up until 6-7 months. And the actual election, I think, is happening beginning of March. But now things are back to normal. People are back to work. People have started opening their businesses as well. There is no more curfew. My flight to Nepal is end of this month. I can't wait to go back home and be with family. Also, this past week, I had to take Jhaape to the vet. He's fine. He's healthy. He's good. But I got scared for a bit. So he has bumps around his neck and head area. And last time when I showed it to the vet, they told me that it's normal for his breed as well as for his age to get these bumps. But then one of the bumps kind of bursted and it was bleeding. So I went to Jersey. I stayed at my friend's place in the afternoon. And then I took Jhaape to the vet. Everything's fine. They just told me to monitor. If it gets bigger, then come back again. They told me not to worry about it. And they gave me a powder to put it on top of his bump to dry it out. So that happened. And then yesterday or day before, I don't remember now, everything is kind of blending in, I found out that one of my good friends from college passed away. She is such a big part of my college years. Plus, it took all of us by surprise because we didn't know she was sick. And she didn't share that with us. She probably has her reasons why she didn't want to share, because I guess she wanted some sort of normalcy. For me, right now, it's weird to think that she is not with us anymore, physically. Like, in my head, she's still with us. I'm just not able to... I don't know. It's... yeah. I don't know how to process it, honestly, right now. There is a guilt... That was weird. There is a guilt of not being there for her. Because if we knew, we would have gone to visit her, you know? We just didn't know about it. Life is unfair. She was always smiling, joking around, loving, caring. One of the kindest person I know. It was a reminder for all of us that we need to check in more with each other and we're not alone in this. Even when the protest happened, when I was posting on my Instagram stories, I was so angry and I felt sad that some of my friends did not reach out. And I reminded myself that unless I reach out, no one will know what I'm going through, because I was having a very hard time this week. I didn't even give other people the opportunity to show up. This was a big reminder for all of us to share what's going on, and a reminder that we don't have to do everything on our own, and we have each other even though we live so far from each other. I guess it's a reminder for you too to check on your loved ones. This whole week's been, it feels like a bad dream. It feels unreal. I know this video is not like my regular videos. I'm just literally talking. I don't have any points with me or anything as such. I just wanted to share.